Delectable little sponge cakes for your next small get-together? Yes, please. Betty Crocker has once again made it so easy for us with these Bridgerton-inspired desserts. You just need this box and a few extra ingredients. In this video, I'll be taking you step by step through the process of making petite sponge cakes using this Bridgerton kit by Betty Crocker and offering my thoughts at the end, so stay tuned. Now let's get into it. The Petite Sponge Cake Kit is one of 3 Betty exclusives that were released in partnership with the Netflix series Bridgerton. I reviewed the Cream Puff Kit in a previous video, so be sure to check that out after this one. I was only able to find these Bridgerton kits in Walmart stores and immediately noticed that the price was much higher than your typical box mix. One kit costs close to $7, while the other box mixes are more like $1.50. The kit comes in this box with a list of additional ingredients and full instructions on the back. To make Lady Whistledown's petite sponge cakes, we'll need 1/4 cup of water, 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil, 1 egg, and 1/2 cup of milk, which we'll use for the whipped filling later. Inside the box, there's a pack of sponge cake mix, a pack of whipped filling mix, a pack of strawberry jam, and 4 foil baking cups. Start by preheating the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. The first step is to grease the foil cups. The directions are not very specific about how to do this, so I'm going to spray the foil cups with Pam baking spray, making sure that these are nice and coated before moving on to the next step. Next, in a medium bowl, I'm going to place the sponge cake mix, add water, an egg, and the vegetable oil. I will not be using my hand mixer for this step. I'm going to use my silicone spatula instead. Because this is a small amount of cake batter, we want to follow the directions and stir to combine the ingredients rather than running the risk of over mixing with a hand mixer. Next, we separate the batter as evenly as possible between the foil cups. Now, I'm not going to place these directly onto the baking racks inside my oven. I'm going to use this cookie sheet and evenly space the foil cups onto them and bake for 15 to 18 minutes. When they're done, they'll be golden brown like this. Remove them from the oven and allow them to cool on a baking rack for about 10 minutes. After they've cooled, you'll be able to easily invert the foil cups and gently lift the foil away from the sponge cakes. The Pam baking spray really helped in this process. I placed the cakes directly onto the cooling rack to cool completely. In the meantime, let's make the whipped filling. Here is where our hand mixer will come in handy. In a separate bowl, I add the whipped filling mix and milk. Next, I start mixing with my hand mixer on low speed for about 30 seconds. Then I increase the speed and continue to mix for about 2 more minutes. Remember to stop and scrape down the bowl. You'll know that the whipped filling is ready when it looks like this and is able to hold its shape. To assemble the sponge cakes, we start by cutting each individual cake in half with a bread knife. Next, we squeeze the strawberry jam onto the bottom half of the cakes. I use a metal spatula to spread the jam more evenly. The next step is to apply the whipped filling, and again I use my spatula to smooth it out a bit, and then finally we add the top half of the sponge cake. Lady Crocker's tip for a finishing touch is to sprinkle each sponge cake with a little bit of powdered sugar. And finally, I garnish my platter with a few strawberries. And I know what you all are thinking right now. And yes, this kit only yields these 4 petite sponge cakes. The whipped filling and strawberry jam inside make them very soft. The cake itself has a nice soft crumb, and the strawberry jam is quite flavorful. I was pleasantly surprised that these little cakes were so delicious. My kids enjoyed them as well. Have you tried this Bridgerton sponge cake kit or any of these special Betty Crocker kits? Comment below with your experience. I would love to know your thoughts. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit the like button and consider subscribing to my channel for more baking and cake decorating related content. A special thank you to all of my channel members, especially my new ones. And to you, thanks for watching.